Breaking news from Roswell, New Mexico. A catastrophic weather event has triggered mass evacuations as intense flash floods have devastated the region, sweeping away cars, submerging homes, and leaving thousands of residents in shock and despair. What began as heavy rain quickly escalated into a dangerous, life-threatening situation as streets turned into powerful rivers, forcing families to abandon their homes and scramble for safety. The relentless downpour has brought the entire town to a standstill, with rescue operations underway throughout the night and into the morning. "It was like nothing I've ever seen before," said a local resident. "The water just kept rising and rising. We barely had time to pack our things before it was at our doorstep." Emergency services and volunteers are working tirelessly to rescue those trapped by the sudden floods. But the situation remains critical, with many areas still inaccessible due to submerged roads and fast-moving currents. Local authorities have declared a state of emergency, urging everyone in low-lying and flood-prone areas to evacuate immediately. Shelters have been set up across Roswell and surrounding areas, offering food, water, and temporary housing to those displaced by the floods. Rescue teams, including the National Guard, are using boats, helicopters, and heavy machinery to reach people stranded in their homes and cars, braving dangerous conditions to save lives. "We're doing everything we can to get to those who need help," said a spokesperson from the emergency services. "But the water is rising fast, and it's making our job incredibly difficult." The flash floods were caused by an intense and sudden downpour that overwhelmed the region's drainage systems and caused nearby rivers to overflow. The heavy rains have been relentless, turning calm creeks into raging torrents that swept through the town with little warning. Vehicles, trees, and debris have been carried away by the floodwaters, and entire neighborhoods are now underwater. For some residents, the only safe place was on their rooftops, where they waited anxiously for rescue teams to arrive. "I've lived here my whole life, and I've never seen anything like this," said one resident, visibly shaken. "My street is completely gone, just a river of water. It's terrifying." Videos circulating on social media show chaotic scenes, cars bobbing like toys in the floodwaters, buildings inundated up to their windows, and residents wading through waist-deep water, carrying whatever they could salvage. The National Guard and local emergency services have been deployed across the region, focusing on the most affected areas and providing critical support to overwhelmed rescue teams. Helicopters are scanning the area for people trapped on rooftops or stranded on flooded roads, while boats navigate the flooded streets to bring people to safety. Despite their best efforts, the extent of the flooding is making rescue operations challenging. Some areas are still without power, adding to the already dire situation. In the midst of this disaster, the Roswell community is coming together. Schools, churches, and community centers have been transformed into makeshift shelters, offering a safe haven for those forced to evacuate their homes. Volunteers are stepping up to provide food, blankets, and basic supplies, while organizations like the Red Cross are on the ground, coordinating relief efforts and offering support to the affected families. "It's heartwarming to see so many people come together in such a difficult time," said a volunteer at one of the shelters. "We're all doing our part to make sure everyone is taken care of." Meteorologists are warning that the worst may not be over. More rain is predicted over the next 24 to 48 hours, which could lead to further flooding and exacerbate the already catastrophic conditions. Officials are urging residents to stay indoors, avoid driving through flooded areas, and follow all evacuation orders. "Your safety is our top priority," said a spokesperson from the Roswell Emergency Management Team. "Please do not take any risks. If you are in an area that has been asked to evacuate, leave now. We cannot stress enough how dangerous these floodwaters are." The situation remains fluid, with more heavy rainfall expected to hit the area, heightening the risk of additional flash floods and landslides. Emergency teams are closely monitoring river levels, which have reached dangerous heights in many places, and are preparing for further evacuations if necessary. "We are in a race against time," said an emergency official. "The rain isn't stopping and the water levels are still rising." The floodwaters have not only taken a toll on people's lives, but also on the region's economy and infrastructure. Roads have been washed away, bridges have collapsed, and farmland has been submerged under several feet of water. The agricultural sector, a key part of Roswell's economy, is expected to suffer significant losses, with crops destroyed and livestock lost. It will take weeks, if not months, to assess the full scale of the damage and begin the long road to recovery. For many, the devastation has been swift and overwhelming, and the full impact of this disaster won't be known for some time. "We lost everything," said one resident, tears in their eyes. "Our house, our car, all our memories. I don't know how we're going to rebuild, but we have to try." As this crisis continues to unfold, we will keep you updated with the latest developments, live reports, and expert insights. Our thoughts are with everyone affected by this devastating flood, and we hope for the safety and swift recovery of the residents of Roswell. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any breaking news. We'll be bringing you real-time updates, rescue efforts, and stories from those affected by this tragic event. Stay safe and stay informed.